John Paul Jones has always been the quiet genius behind Led Zeppelin's thunderous sound. The bass and keys whiz, whose work gave songs like Stairway to Heaven and No Quarter their rich orchestral depth. Before Zeppelin, Jones was already a top session musician, arranging strings on the Rolling Stones' She's a Rainbow, and playing with Donovan, Cat Stevens, Dusty Springfield, and many others. When Jimmy Page asked him in 1968 to join his new band, Jones quit a lucrative session career. He later recalled feeling burnt out on studio work, and even said, "It was scary joining Zeppelin, because being a session musician meant you were paid well. I had no idea if it would work or how long it would last." Once in Zeppelin, Jones provided the band with its distinctive textures and mighty eclecticism, in the words of classic rock, co-writing and arranging many tracks, even as Page and Plant took most of the spotlight. When fans hear Led Zeppelin, they think of Page's riffs and Plant's vocals, but Jones's fingerprints are all over the music. He co-wrote classics like No Quarter, officially credited to Page, Plant, and Jones, and played bowed and synthesizer parts on songs such as Kashmir. In interviews, he's downplayed any notion that Zeppelin was just Page and Plant, noting that the band was a collaboration put together by Jimmy Page from veteran session players like himself. In fact, Jones has always shied away from public drama. When asked if any bandmate had hurt him, he has said simply that he was too busy playing to write books or dish dirt on his former bandmates. Despite the onstage chemistry, Jones has revealed that offstage Led Zeppelin was not a close-knit friendship. In a 2007 Q magazine interview, he admitted that Page, Plant, and he get along fine, but they never socialized outside of concerts. "As soon as we left the road, we never saw each other," Jones explained, concluding bluntly, "We weren't friends." This candid remark, picked up by fan media, surprised many who imagined all four members were like brothers. Instead, Jones compared their relationship to that of workmates. They had a job to do on stage, but they each led separate lives in the limelight. He noted that Zeppelin wasn't manufactured exactly, but it was put together by Jimmy Page, underscoring that Page largely directed the band's course. Secret rift. In private, Jones always knew Plant and Page had a stronger bond than he did. He's made it clear that the idea of four inseparable bandmates is a myth. They mainly connected through music, not friendship. No book, no gossip. Jones has repeatedly declined to write memoirs or give tell-all interviews. As he told Classic Rock, there were plenty of offers to ghostwrite his story, but people don't really want to know about the music. I don't want to be dishing dirt on the band. Excluded from Unleaded, 1994. One public slight happened when Page and Plant reunited for the MTV project No Quarter, Unleaded without Jones. The official album notes confirm that Jones was left out and remained uninformed about the plan. The very title, No Quarter, was a song Jones co-wrote, and he later voiced annoyance at the choice, suggesting he felt the homage overlooked his role. These facts come from direct interviews and accounts, not from any revelation Jones himself announced. At 75, Jones hasn't publicly labeled this a betrayal or rift. Instead, he's slowly hinted at the truth behind the legend. In effect, he's been quietly reclaiming credit. He emphasizes that Zeppelin's music was truly a four-way effort, and that every member's contribution, including his, deserves recognition. After Led Zeppelin disbanded in 1980, John Paul Jones continued making music on his own terms. He later joined forces with Dave Grohl and Josh Homme in the supergroup Them Crooked Vultures, proving that he didn't need Page or Plant to create powerful rock. Speaking about his later career, Jones has even turned the page on resentment. "Getting older gives you more freedom," he once quipped. These days, he is more focused on creating than on grudges, but he quietly reminds fans that Zeppelin's story isn't a duet, it was a quartet. In summary, no authoritative source documents John Paul Jones revealing a single sensational betrayal within Led Zeppelin. Instead, interviews and biographies show that Jones felt underappreciated in the band's history. He stated that the members were not close friends and that he was surprised to be left out of the Page-Plant reunion. Subtle admissions of his long-held frustrations. What's most clear from the record is that Jones has always valued the music above all. Only now, with decades of perspective, is he gently insisting that Zeppelin's legacy include the full story of all four musicians. After all, as he once advised young players, don't let anyone write your story for you, not even your heroes. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget like, subscribe, and comments.